Good morning, you guys. It's day number 75 of my stay sabbatical to 50. It's a 100-day journey, so that means 3/4 of the way through now on this journey to change my body, my mind, observe what happens. That's why we're out here every single day, not just doing this 1-hour walk on this trail where I talk to you guys. I love it, by the way, but also all the other things in the protocol. Check out my website, livinlavidalowcarb.com/staybatical if you want to see all the things that I'm doing and all these walk and talks that I do. But welcome in, guys. Good Sunday morning to you. Hope you're having a great weekend. And I love my weekends. It's a little bit of the time for me to catch up from the week because I kind of go balls to the wall all week long. I do 4 podcasts a week. Plus all the other things that I'm working on. Like I'm writing a book right now. I'm doing these walk-in talks with you guys. So I stay pretty busy. So on the weekends, I try to slow down a bit, get caught up, get prepared for the next week's podcasts and such. I'm actually winding down my podcast recording schedule because I'm taking the month of December completely off from my podcast. Every one of my podcasts will be done. I'll probably still be doing some walk and talks, but the podcast on hold while I'm finishing up my book. So Brittany and I are working on a book. We're trying to get out in the first quarter of next year, and so I need some time to work on that. Plus, during the holidays, a lot of people, they don't really pay attention to health podcasts. So we'll come back in the new year and come back strong. But thanks for being here. Yes, day 75 of my stay sabbatical to 50, 3/4 of the way, you guys. I feel like the Chariots of Fire guys. Dun, 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 dun. Heading down the home stretch. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this journey. And so many of you have just been grateful to all these walk-in talks because I've been talking a lot of mindset stuff. And so that resonates with you guys, and I'm glad. I will keep doing this as long as you keep liking it. So I got a topic today that I think you will enjoy because all of us claim that we want to grow in our lives. All of us claim that we want more for our lives than what we have. Otherwise, what's the point of living, right? If you can't continue to be better and better and grow, what's the point? Yeah, I know some people don't mind going through life and it's just humdrum. Bleh, that's just the way they live their lives. That is not Jimmy, and that's not a lot of you guys. A lot of you continually want to be better and better. You try to think of ways how you can grow in every area of your life. And so I'm going to posit a theory here today that if you want to grow, you've got to go. And what do I mean by that? Doesn't mean you have to go. Don't go. Please stay here. But if you want to grow, you got to put feet into action. You have to get up, motivate yourself, convince yourself that this is something you so bad want that you're willing to put in the foot equity, so to speak. You need to put in the work. You need to do all the things you can to make it happen and to accomplish. I am amazed by how many people, and I hear this all the time in my work. Jimmy, I just want this goal and I understand why it's happening. It's just not happening. I'm just so discouraged. Okay, cool. So what are you doing about it? Anything? Oh, I just figured it would happen when it happens and I'm just so discouraged. I'm like, there it is. You have to go. You have to put in the sweat equity, the wherewithal that proves to yourself that you're actually serious about wanting to grow. Because you can't grow until you go. And I know it seems so simple. You might be like, Jimmy, that's kind of duh. But how many people do it? If it's duh, why isn't it the norm? Why do people flail through life wondering why things don't happen for them? It's because they don't put in the effort. And look, you could go down any path in life, but because I'm on a health journey, let's apply it to a health journey. Think about all those people who so bad want to lose weight, so bad want to lower blood sugar and blood pressure, so bad just want to feel better and be out of pain. Think about all those people. That's growth in a health journey. And so when they struggle, they go, it's not happening. And you ask them what they're doing, and I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to do, but that's not going. Going means, okay, I haven't found my answer yet, but I know the answer's there. I know that there are ways that I can make that growth happen, that I can make that pursuit of a goal become a reality. And I just haven't found it yet. We psych ourselves out by not pursuing those things, by not allowing ourselves to look outside the box of this very narrow-mindedness of how we see the world. And the narrow-mindedness is, well, if I go on a diet, I should lose weight. Okay, maybe you'll lose weight on any given diet that you choose. But what if it's more than diet? What if you have unresolved trauma you need to work through? What if you have other issues that require you to do other things? What if you do a diet, but diet and exercise would be better? What if you do diet and exercise, but diet, exercise, and meditation and stress management would do better? What if you do all those things, but then you add in sunshine and fresh air? You see what I'm saying? There is always a go wherever you are. Wherever you are in your journey, there's always a new go that will help you grow. And here's something that's going to step on toes of a lot of people, and I don't care, as you guys well know. I step on your toes because I love you. When you're going and you're doing something and you're like, but this is what I've done to see success and grow in the past, that's not good enough. That's like going to the gym and lifting 20-pound barbells and curling them. A year later, are you still curling 20-pound dumbbells? No, you're sure not. Not if you're growing. If you're growing, you should be much stronger. You should be able to handle a lot more than that. And yet people rest on the laurels of what helped them grow in the past, and they think it's what will help them grow now. You grow out of the growth once you start growing. Listen to that again. You grow out of the growth once you start growing, meaning you constantly need to challenge yourself more so you keep growing. And growing is meant to be this upward trend. Growing doesn't mean level off and never challenge yourself. So maybe that's what you're doing. You become complacent with, I've grown with these things in the past, and you haven't added new things. And I feel like this is such a missing piece in so many people's journey. Let's take keto, for example. A lot of people go on a keto diet to lose weight. That's their original intention. So they go on the keto diet. They lose a modicum of weight. They feel good about themselves. And at some point, the weight stagnates, maybe even creeps back up. And they never add anything new. They never change. And they don't understand, whoa, keto worked. Why isn't it working anymore? Well, guess what? Keto's working, but you've leveled up. You've gone to that next level in your understanding. And now your body's like, all right, challenge me some more. Sorry, there's a leaf blower guy. It's making a lot of noise right when I'm talking, so give me about 2 minutes, I'll be by him. There he is. Leaf blower. But are you guys feeling me on this one? What worked in the past is still working. It's just ready. Your body is ready for more. And if you're not constantly challenging yourself that you're doing a certain level and then adding to it and adding to it and adding to it, you're not doing growth right. You only grow as you keep adding on that weight, literally in the gym, or the figurative weight of more things in your life. It's a concept I wish I had understood a whole lot sooner than I have. But I understand it now. And I want you guys to apply this in your own life. Don't become complacent with where you are. Always seek to challenge yourself to be better and better. And seek more and more challenge in your life. Good morning. The sooner you learn that, the sooner you learn the secret to growth. Because if you want to grow, you've got to go get out there. Go chase your dreams. Go be what you've always dreamt of being. Go push yourself to do things you never thought you were possible. It was possible to do. Push yourself to do those things. Because if you push yourself and you constantly challenge yourself, how do you not get better? How do you not grow? How do you not become that person that you were always meant to be? I don't know. I don't know how you do that if you don't continually challenge yourself. So guys, if you're just joining us, this is day 75 of my Stay-Batical 250, my 100-day journey. Change my body, change my mind, and pretty much watch whatever happens. It's been quite the ride so far. 3/4 of the way through. I'm in the home stretch. 25 more days will be December the 10th. This will be over from an official challenge standpoint, but it most certainly will not be over for me. Just getting started. And I'm asking this question today, you guys. I'm positing this theory that if you want to grow, then you got to go. And if you're not going, how do you expect to be growing? Growing requires going. And going in every way you can think of. Going meaning doing the things physically that you need to do. Going means doing the habits that make that happen. Going means letting your mind go to places so you can really think about who it is you are, where it is you're trying to go. That's how you grow. And if you're not doing that, then it'll be quite obvious. So let's see what you guys have to say on this. Thanks for being here today. Mark says, good work, Jimmy. Thank you, sir. Bulletproof Coconut, go, Jimmy. What is that today? Crown. I can't see what the second one is. Some green, it's a tree, and then sun. I'm the king of the nature, I think is what you're trying to say. Linda says, good morning, day 75. Yes, it is. Hello, Lindy, good morning. Thank you for being here. Any thoughts on this today, you guys? Lots of interesting messages I'd love to hear your thoughts on. Lindy says, great message, Jay. Thank you. Angie says, I agree with what you're saying. Awesome. Bulletproof Coconut, many people don't truly want to change because they don't want to work for it. Well, those are the same people, though, that then they go, why doesn't anything ever happen for me? I see everybody around me growing and doing things, and that's not happening for me. Why? Wah. And you're right. I think you've hit on something big. They don't want to put in the work. It's why people are reticent to weight loss journey. Because they're like, it's much easier just to live my life and not care about that. You got to care about it now. Because maybe down the road, you won't have an opportunity to care about it anymore. It's why I'm out here doing all the things I'm doing. I care about it. I care about my future, about where I'm headed with all this. It's why I'm in this. Why I'm doing it. Del Norte, how can I improve is not being afraid to evaluate yourself. Yes. Constantly evaluating your motivations, what you believe, what it is your goals are. If you're not thinking about those things and you're wondering why you're not growing, that's definitely a good place to start. And I would say that analysis that you're talking about here, Del Norte, is a part of going above and beyond whatever it is that you feel like you're supposed to be doing. Go above and beyond that. That way you can reap the benefits of that understanding. Good morning, Sharon. Thank you for being here. Lou says, those little steps are progress. Forward is the way to change. Putting in work is hard, but it's worth it for the end goal. It is hard, but so is down the road having your leg amputated. So is having things in your life not go the way you want them to. But it's worth the effort, isn't it? You put in just that little bit of effort, that little bit that shows you're invested in yourself. I feel like so much of people's lives just become mundane and stagnant because they don't care about themselves anymore. They don't put in the effort to want to be better than they are today. I'm constantly reevaluating and reassessing things that I'm doing in my life so I can be better. And by no means am I perfect, not even close. And by no means do I think I will ever reach that. But it's not my goal. But my goal is to be the best I can be. Morning. And so that's where I'm at. I guess that's lofty in some people's minds. But to me, if we all did that, how cool would the world be? If we all pursued things that we truly wanted, truly desired in our lives, and we all saw growth, and you started seeing mentorships from people growing around you, how cool would the world be? We would change this world pretty radically, very quickly. So guys, if you're just joining in, thanks for being here. Day 75 of my Stay-Batical to 50 100-day journey that I'm on 3/4 of the way through now. And yeah, it's been great. My mama, I was just talking to her this morning, and she said, how's that Stay-Batical thing doing? So I was like, it's doing good. Really feeling great. Feel like I've created some great habits that are serving me well. And yeah, here we are. Still going at it. So I want to hear from you guys. You're super duper quiet on me. You know what happens when you're quiet. If I got no more comments to read, I have to end the walk and talk. So this will be a very short walk and talk unless you guys start talking. So what do you think about this idea of if you want to grow, you got to go? Are you one of those people that laments why things have not happened the way you want them to, that you're not really growing, you feel kind of stagnant? Are you stuck in a rut and thinking, I don't know, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to keep going? I feel so many people are there. They are. They're there and they don't know how to get out of it. And I always tell them, you got to just pursue it. A lot of it is overcoming fears, overcoming all those little voices in their head that tells them that they can't do something. Most of the time when our brains tell us we can't do something, it's almost invariably something we absolutely can do. But we have those limiting beliefs that come up. They paralyze us, they slow us down. We don't do very well, do we? More often than not. Del Norte, what else are you noticing with day 75? So I am walking extremely fast, so I do know that. So I know my cardiovascular fitness level is better than it was on day one. And I'll tell you here in a minute, because I'm coming up on it. My old halfway point on day one of this journey was what I'm about to show you here in a second. That was the halfway point on day 1. My halfway point now is way down from there. I mean, I'm still a long way away from the halfway point. But here I am walking at a really good clip. Of course, my ankles are feeling better. Those blisters have stopped hurting. I've got good shoes on, and I'm walking at a really fast pace. So I know, and I can notice that so quick. The shirts are fitting looser as well. I do feel pretty energetic. I think my sleep has been doing really well. So there's a lot of little subjective things I'm noticing. But here is the old halfway point. Right here. So I have been out here for just under 20 minutes. This used to take me 30 minutes to get to. That was the first day halfway point. First day. And I just passed that at 18 minutes instead of 30 minutes. First day it took me 30 minutes to get there. Today it was 18 minutes. That's huge. In only 75 days. Now I passed that a little while ago. I haven't been at that halfway point in a very long time. But watch, when I get down to the new halfway point, you'll see how much further down it is. But that's a big one that I've noticed. Day 75 to day 1. I find myself on these hills out here, I'm not as winded. I'm still a little winded, but not as winded. So that's a big deal too. What else? Like I said, the shirts are fitting looser. My problem is I didn't feel horrible when I started this. So it wasn't like I was in a really sick place and this was going to make me better. No, I was in a pretty good place already. And this is just optimizing it all the more. Lowe says, feel like I can't get out of the rut of laziness. Well, a lot of that is mindset. And this message today is exactly for you. It really is. If you can't get out of laziness, I think part of the reason is you're identifying as lazy. Why are you doing that? Why are you telling yourself that you're lazy? Okay, maybe you're displaying signs of it, but that doesn't make you lazy. Ask yourself what your goal is. What is the why that gets you up in the morning? What is it that when all else is falling apart, that grounds you? And if you find out what that is, you won't be lazy anymore because you'll have a motivating factor to get it done. And if you're motivated, you'll do it. So if you feel lazy, that's you not wanting to grow. That's you, and you're going to hate this, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's you choosing not to grow. Now you might be thinking, well, I'm not actively choosing not to grow. Uh-oh, my shoe's untied. You're not actively choosing not to grow. You're just not. So I'm going to set you guys down while I tie my shoe. For some reason my shoe came untied. All right. Beautiful blue skies here today. Yeah, so you're actively choosing that you don't want to grow by identifying as lazy. So here's what you can do, Lo. Identify as the goals you want to be. So I don't know what your goals are. I want to play with my kids. I want to be able to not be in pain. I want to lose weight. Whatever your goal is, you figure that out. Whatever it is that gets you up in the morning, that motivates you. And if you have that thing that is so burned within you so strongly that you can't possibly think of not doing it, there's no way laziness comes into play. It won't happen. Will you have moments where your brain goes there? Of course. So don't beat yourself up if even when you make this change, that you go back to that, at least mentally for a moment. But always ground yourself in your why, in the motivation for what you're doing. Because the only reason you grow is to be better. And if you can't see that what you're doing is a means to an end of being better, then you're going to fall prey to feeling lazy and not feeling motivated. You got to figure out what those things are, my dear. Yo, Big J, what up? Says Parkman. What's going on today, bud? Bulletproof Coconut, chase your goals because they won't chase you. Yeah, your goals are pretty ambivalent towards you. They're almost like double dog daring you to try them. And that's okay. My personality is such that I like the challenge. Tell me that I can't have you or can't get you as a goal, and I'm going to do what I can to try to reach it. Doesn't mean I'll always succeed, but I will pursue it hard. And that's another thing. People are reticent to go because when they've gone before, they haven't seen the growth that they wanted. And so if you're not seeing the growth, the success in what you're doing and you're going, it demotivates you. And I know that's going to speak to a lot of you. You know, you've done it. You've tried weight loss diets. You've tried going to the gym. You've tried all these modalities to put yourself in a better place. And then there was this either perception or reality that things didn't quite go as well and you didn't grow as well as you'd hoped. Was it a total loss? Was it a total failure? Very rarely. If nothing else, experiences in life are merely information that you use to make better choices the next time. And let's go to relationships for a second. Let's say you go out with somebody and you have a decently good time, but you're just not vibing with them. You could easily say, well, see, I wasn't into this girl, so I guess it's no girl's ever gonna be for me. You could have that mentality based on a bad date or a lackluster date. And then if you go again and you have someone that's amazing, you're like, holy crap. Good thing I didn't give up. Good thing I kept going so I could grow in that part of my life. And every part of your life is the same way. If it's not going well in something that you're doing, try something else. I am not of the attitude that because something didn't work out great means none of them will work out great. And here's the other thing too. Even in the not great experience, that was experience that taught you some things and you learned from it. If you had a not so great date with somebody, you started learning things that you liked, that you didn't like, and you grow from it. So there's always room for opportunity and growth in the good, bad, and in between things that you go through in your life. At least that's the way I try to perceive it. Sharon says, at my age, I'm stuck in the not going forward. Not right, I know. Well, there is no right or wrong here, Sharon. Sharon's in her 70s, by the way, you guys, so I think you're going forward, Sharon, more than you realize. I think a lot of yours is you're perceived, maybe, that you're not going forward. The fact that you're so active and doing healthy habits, like eating carnivore like you do, at your age, look, I'll tell you, my mom and dad, they're 4, 5, 6, 7 years, however many years younger than you are, and they're still eating junk food like it's no tomorrow. They've already given up. So don't beat yourself up. I think it's easy for you to think that you're not growing, not moving forward, because you're comparing yourself to yourself. But think about people in your own age group. A lot of them, they don't care. They have long not cared about their health. Hell, I'm about to turn 50. And there's a lot of people in my age group that have already kind of given up. Well, I'm not a young pup anymore. So might as well go eat, drink, and be merry. Not realizing it doesn't have to be that way. So I would argue you're doing very well, my dear. Keep moving forward. Mark says, have you had any calf issues? No. Am I supposed to? I know people that have electrolyte imbalances tend to have Charlie horses. So you have that spasm in your calves. But I take Element electrolytes and drink a lot of those, and I don't deal with that. So no calf issues. My issues have been my low back when I started, and then my ankles, which required me to get these running shoes, and then the blisters but on my toes. But no calf issues. No. My calves are sexy and I know it. Jessica says, I'm wanting to start the ketogenic lifestyle. I don't know exactly where to start. Which resources will help for an absolute beginner? Any advice? Well, Jessica, you are in luck, my dear, because you are exactly the kind of person that I wrote Keto Clarity for. So go look up Keto Clarity over on Amazon. It's in paper form, Kindle, and I also read the audiobook. All right, here's my halfway point. Gonna turn around, you guys. See how much further I got from that old halfway point. It's a big deal. But yes, Jessica, go get Keto Clarity. I tried to make it so stupid easy to understand. And in there, it's all laid out so that anybody that's a beginner could understand it. And then from there, you'll read other books like The Case for Keto by Gary Taubes. That's a little more advanced. Could go down the line. There's a lot of keto books out there. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions too once you get the book. If that doesn't answer all your questions, I'm always available. So appreciate that. Linda says, these days, when I fall into a rut, I'm pulling myself out, continuing to try and make progress with the new processes I've learned on the journey. It's a huge accomplishment. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Even in those things that aren't turning out the way you wanted them to, you're still learning. You're still growing. Even in those things that you had hoped for a different kind of growth, you learn new processes like you're saying here. So I'm in complete agreement with you on that one. And that life lesson that you learn through that is so invaluable, so critical to your personal growth. That's why I don't really look at things through the prism of success and failure anymore. All the so-called failures where things didn't go well in whatever part of my life, I don't see it as a failure. I see it as, okay, I'm finding more clues that will set me on the path to success. And it takes time too. I think we all want to just hurry up the process and be at the good parts. But look, I'm of the opinion you can't appreciate fully the good parts of your life if you can't see the process by which it took to get you there. You got to go through some stuff in life, learn the lessons from those things, so that when you get to the good part, you're like, holy crap, it makes such sense now. I have a lot of examples of that in my own life, and I'm living them out as we speak, of going through some very tough moments that I'm going, what in the world? Why is this happening? And now that I'm on the other side of some of those things and seeing the fruition of all that patience and the lessons I had to learn, I get it now. And boy, do I appreciate the successes that are happening all the more. Whereas if it was handed to me on a silver platter, it would have been an expectation. Well, of course. Not anymore. I have no well of courses. I have a oh thank God. That's more my speed now. And I'm grateful for all of those things. Del Norte says, I try not to choose lazy. I get it. There are some moments where we do choose it. Maybe not consciously, but by not letting yourself get out there when you're capable. You just don't want to. You're choosing lazy that day. So focusing in on why you're doing what you're doing will never let you get to that point. Or at least if you do get to that point, you'll be able to come out of it and wake up. Sadie says, check out Dr. Eric Berg, Dr. Mindy Pels, and Dr. Jason Fung, Dr. Barry, all are on YouTube or Instagram. Yes. Lots of resources out there. That is for sure. Mark says the only reason men and women fail is broken focus. Focus. Yeah, that is definitely a part of it. But that also goes back to not knowing what your why is. And so even if you know your why, but you break your focus of the why, yeah, I can see that. But constantly having something that is your grounding factor is going to help you. And I have multiple ones. That's the fun part for me. It's not just one thing for Jimmy that has me on this sabbatical to 50. It's a lot of things. A lot of hopes and dreams and goals. Things I want to accomplish. Life experiences I haven't been able to have yet. Those are all the things that keep me going. All right, there's a loose dog. I'm going to keep an eye on him. I don't do big dogs, so hang tight. I don't see him on a leash, so I don't want him charging at me. If he does, you'll hear me scream like a little girl. So, he's coming my way, but I'm going to try to ignore him. All right, he's still chasing me. Not fast, but he's behind me. Try not to freak out. There he is. Ow! I think most dogs are more bark than bite, but I have been bitten by a dog when I was a kid, right in the face. So me don't like big dogs. Doberman Pinscher right here in my face. So I have trauma with dogs barking. Good morning, Gabby. Thank you for being here as well. Always love coming on these walk and talks. Mark says, I have just started walking. I have calf issues. That's why I asked. Okay. I assume by calf issues you mean cramps and spasms. That is electrolytes, my brother. Get you some salt before you go out on your walk. Incorporate it within your diet. If you're eating keto, you should be doing that anyway. Try to get a supplement like the Element. I think Redmond's has something called Relight. There's lots of electrolyte supplements out there. Just find one you like. Take it on the regular. I'm probably taking of the Element 4 to 5 packets a day, so I get plenty of electrolytes. All right, busy intersection. I'll keep my eyes peeled so I don't get run over. Hang with me. Because they be cray-cray flying through here. Whew. All right, I'm across. So, yes, day 75, you guys, of my sabbatical to 50, 100-day journey, changing my body, my mind, and whatever else happens. And I'm going to put out one more call. If anybody has any thoughts on this topic I'm talking about here today, if you want to grow, then you got to go. Go do the thing. Go put yourself out there. Go chase whatever it is you want. These things aren't just going to happen for you. They happen because you're intentional, because you have purpose, because you so desire them, and you've got a why, a goal, that motivates you. So if you're one of those people stuck in a non-growth period, maybe that's why you're not going chasing those things. So last call, you guys, one more time. If you want to have any comments on this before I sign off, I will remind you, you can watch all these videos over on my website, livinlavitalowcarb.com/staybatical. I do these walk and talks during my walk in the morning. Got bunches of them. A lot of mindset stuff. So go check it out. Also look up Staybatical to 50 hashtag over on Facebook, Instagram, as well as on YouTube. You can see them all there. Bulletproof Coconut: failure is necessary for growth. And again, reframing failure. People think failure is a negative thing. And I've reframed it as, okay, it's the stepping stone to the eventual success. Don't view failure as the worst possible thing. I see the value in failure. Failure is what it takes for you to get there. I don't know one successful person that the first thing they ever did turned to gold, and then the next thing turned to gold, and the next thing. No. Anybody that has seen some kind of success, especially in business, for example, they failed 20, 30 times at things until they found the one thing that then hit. And then that breeds more opportunities to fail, and then something else hits. That's the way it is. So rebranding what failure means really helps you a lot. Del Norte says, do you journal to evaluate the process? No, I don't, but I'm a big fan of people doing that. Part of the reason I don't journal, Del Norte, is this brain does not forget things. I have not a photographic memory, but it's pretty vivid. And so if I think things, then I'm able to recall them pretty quick. It's why I'm really good at writing books, is I don't forget stuff. And I always have things in the head to let out. Well, you guys see it here on the Walk and Talk. I don't prepare notes for all this. I just talk. So I don't personally journal, but I do see the value in it for people who don't have brains like mine, that just constantly think of things, ruminate on them, remember them. Kira says you need to make friends with big dogs. Most are love bugs. Well, I do have friends with big dogs, and I have gotten better, Kira, but you don't understand the trauma. They might be love bugs, but when I hear that, that shit scares the hell out of me, because all I can see is that Doberman Pinscher right in my face before he bit me. I was like 8 or 9. That was not fun. So, yeah, I was just at a friend's the other night, and she's got 2 humongous dogs, and one of them got up on his hind legs, and when he's standing up, he's taller than me, and I'm 6'3". And at one point, he started growling at me, and I told my friend, can you come here? Don't leave me alone with this dog. So, trust me, I have tried to overcome that. But me and big dogs don't get along. I don't care how love bug they are. I get it. People like their dogs. Jimmy is not one of those people. I like little dogs. Little dogs don't bother me. But the medium-sized to big dogs, they do bother me. They don't like me very well. Angie says it doesn't ever stop. Growth is lifelong. Change is good. It keeps you happy. Not everybody thinks change is good. Change is hard for a lot of personality types. You get so used to things. I think about the Sheldon Cooper character on The Big Bang Theory. He does not like change. When things change, his brain goes haywire, and he can't process it very well. The funny part is, when things change, he goes crazy, but then he acquiesces to the new change. And it becomes a part of who he is at that point. So we do all grow from it, even if we kick and scream in the midst of it. We do all grow from change that happens to us. And change can happen in an instant. In a lot of our lives, things can be uprooted, and suddenly your life is different than it was before. And humans are very adaptive to change. So we should all welcome change, because change, the ironic thing, change is the only thing that's constant in life. How ironic is that? We want things to stay constant, but the only constant is change itself. Pretty funny. Kira says, keep bacon in your pocket. Helps when meeting a big dog. They will nip at your pocket. This dog the other night, I had some barbecue ribs at the restaurant we went to. And when I got back, my hands still smelled of the barbecue. And the dog started nipping at my fingers. I ain't got no time for a dog nipping at me. You can try, Kira. You're not going to convince me I'm going to be okay around big dogs. Del Norte, how's your fasting day? So yeah, on the even days of this sabbatical, I am fasting. Yeah. I mean, there for the first 60-something days, I was pretty consistent with at least 24 hours. I think one day I got to 32 hours of fasting. But fasting's not hard for me. I'm pretty good at fasting as it is. The last few days of fasting over this past week or so have been a little more challenging, where I'm having to end the fast at, say, 18 hours instead of 24. And that's okay. That's still a good fast. I'm not a fan of doing the same fasting every day anyway. Your body will get used to it to change things up, but yeah, not hard for me to fast. What are your plans after the 100 days? Well, continue a lot of these things that I'm doing, and then seeing how can I level up, how can I grow, like what we're talking about here today. I've definitely grown through this sabbatical experience. I've grown from this. And by the time I get to 100 days, what can I do to grow even more and even more and even more? So that's going to be the goal. What are those things I can add to make this enhanced even more? I'll do modifications of what I'm doing now, if not the exact same thing, and then add in different things. I definitely want to do some longer fasting afterwards, so I will. I also want to add in the strength training, since the lower part of my body is finally getting to be a little stronger to be able to do some of that. So yeah, there's always ways to level this up, and that is the plan for when this 100 days is over. So thank you guys for watching. It's always a pleasure to have you guys out here on this journey with me. Good morning, sir. So day 75 of my sabbatical to 50. On my way to 100 days, you guys. Rockin' and rollin'. As always, pop over to my website, livinglavidalowcarb.com/sabbatical. You can see all the past videos. Look up the hashtag sabbatical to 50. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You will find all these videos there. I'm probably going to keep this walk and talk thing going even beyond the 100 days, because I do enjoy talking to you guys. Several of you have urged me to make these into podcasts. I need another podcast like I need a hole in my head. Because I already do 4 a week, guys. 4 podcasts a week. And this one would be several times a week, so I don't know. That's a lot. I don't want to get overwhelmed and have to go on sabbatical again like I did 2 years ago. So Del Norte says, thanks for the group therapy. Yes. That is why I'm here. Group therapy. All right, guys, go enjoy the rest of your Sunday and weekend. I'm going to pop off of here for now, and we'll be back again real soon. Bye, everyone.